needs to come out with like a blanket for your nose.
I don't know. Like a ski mask?
No, like something. What? No, like a soft tissue that you can like
Kleenex.
wash.
A handkerchief.
Ears.
What were you saying earlier about lemons?
Ah, why does everybody feel the need to put like fruit in water?
I mean, it can have positive and beneficial health benefits.
But I don't think it tastes nice. Like a lemon in water. Or lime.
I think it's lovely. Especially when you have a hot toddy. That's good. You should have one of those.
What's that?
You don't know what hot toddy is? I thought you were Irish.
Dad?
It's whiskey, honey, lemon, hot water. It's really good if you've got a cold. You don't necessarily have to have the whiskey, but it'll unclog you.
My grandma's mum always used to say, stand up. But she did always used to say, stand over wet car. If you got a cold, it'll unclog you.
I think probably...
It'll fill you full of other stuff, but...
I don't know if that's maybe the most beneficial.
I mean, like, burns the snot.
What would be the best remedy for an illness? Like, you could just either take it and it was gone, but you had to suffer a little bit for it to go. Nasal spray.
You know what? I would get one, and I'm debating it. You know, one of those little things that they do for babies? I would do that. Have you seen mums who suck it out with their mouth?
No, because the one thing I can't stand is snot and bogies.
It's horrendous.
Why would you bring that up?
It's awful.
It's like people do it on the dogs.
What?
You've not seen it? No. People do it on their dogs.
No, that's actually unacceptable.
Anyway, I would probably say, you know, douches, right? For your body.
Men?
For your body. Not necessarily just for men. Mostly for men, but not necessarily mostly.
Not necessarily mostly.
Not necessarily, but mostly.
No.
Does it just shoot water up there, or is it kind of like a toilet brush and it goes up and you like spin it and it just like pulls everything out?
To my knowledge, I think it just shoots water up there.
I just don't know if that's
It's
really
like a bidet.
most effect. A bidet doesn't go right up there though.
Depends on what site you use.
A bidet is just for like
The
washing your cleg nuts off.
Excuse me.
Yeah. What's that? Cleg nut. It's like little bits of dried poo that get stuck in your bum hairs.
Ew.
That's what I got told in school anyway.
Cleg nut.
Everyone would be like, he got cleg nuts. They hadn't seen my bum. It was just like a general insult that people would use.
Oh, I didn't assume that.
Oh, you looked a little bit like...
No, I just... Do you know what really makes me laugh? How the insults that children come up with, and like you would hear it, and when you're at school, you'd be like, I've just been shot. Like I've just been... Why don't you just stick your tongue out?
People are not used to do that to you at school.
No, stick your tongue out.
No, it's not what you do.
What does that do?
That's subtle, but threatening.
I can't do it. They're like,
Cleg!
ah! I have heard it before. Yeah, but like you used to be at school and people used to call you like a poo-poo head, and you'd be like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. Like I think I might die.
Yeah, it's really not very nice, actually. It's not very nice.
Then if someone called you it now, you'd be like,
I probably find it quite endearing.
poo-poo head.
Oh. But in other news, I've told you about ducks' penises before, right?
Yeah,
I think that's really fascinating.
I don't understand it personally. I don't. Evolution, right? I get it. It happened. But how?
I don't think you can dumb it down quite that much. Well, it's just an example. You have to like. It really has messed with my head for many years. Many a years is tussled with my brain, and it actually makes me a little bit stressed because I get it, but I don't understand it. But with ducks, it makes.
Is that not what I just said?
I was going to explain.
Oh, I apologise. Cat burglar.
You just always cut me off. Like, you don't really care about what I'm saying, but you're just doing it for the sake of it.
What sake of it? I am listening.
You can choose the topic of conversation if you...
No, please continue with your duck penis.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you know you're not.
No, I am.
No.
I am. Take it away. This is why when a conversation starts, you generally tend to like to keep it going, unless you have something to change it with.
I made a statement that you could have ignored.
No, because you didn't let you interrupted me when I was mid-flow.
You said, then I said, that's just what I said. And then you went, and at the same time as you said duck penis.
No, I said, I get it, but it doesn't make sense. Like, duck. Like, duck. And then you went, ain't that what I said?
That's not what happened.
I get it, but I don't understand it. But with ducks, it makes...
Is that not what I just said? This is the orange juice all over again.
No. I reflected upon that, and I'm still convinced that I'm correct, actually. I went through my slight time of thinking that actually I'd misunderstood the situation, but upon reflection, I hadn't. And I was completely within my rights and to agree with what I had said. Just how I am in this specific situation.
I accept I spoke over you, but you could have ignored me.
That's not how it works, Maisie. That's not how it works.
I just said, that's just what I said.
You didn't. You went, isn't that just what I said?
I said, isn't that just what I said?
Makes...
Is that not what I just said?
No, it's not the tone you use though, is it? Because I wouldn't have got that annoyed.
I don't have that tone in me.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Is that not what I just said?
Yeah, you do.
It doesn't belong to me.
Come back to me in 3 years when you learn how to make a fire.
I want to hear what you've got to say.
I've completely lost track of the flow of this video now because you're being little brats.
I could never be a brat.
Oh, yes, you bloody could. Yes, you bloody could. I bet in tummy time you were unbearable.
I was the sweetest child ever.
No, you weren't. I guarantee that if we were in the same playpen, right, I would have been a little child genius and would have created like the Eiffel Tower out of Lego, and then you would topple over with your little bunches and fall over and go, oh, sorry.
Do you know what I used to do during playpen time? I used to sit under a table and talk to myself, so I don't think I was going anywhere near your Eiffel Tower.
You would have done. And then everyone, all the adults would have gone, I would have been crying. Then we'd go, oh, bless her. Oh, stop crying, stop crying. I'm the one making structural intelligence. You come over and knock it over for the fun of it.
Listen, if I had knocked it over, it would have been because I tripped. I would never have done that on purpose.
Exactly. You just get away with everything. It's funny.
I can't stop tripping.
I don't think I could have survived playpen time with you.
I was dyspraxic and am. Can't control my feet. They're separate entities. Actually, you know what I would have done? I would have come over to you and said, oh, can I play with you? And then you would have said
no.
Yeah, you would have said no. And I would have said, no problem. And I would have just sat and watched you.
Actually, I would have said yes, and then you would have got your little tinkies in there and like ruined my structure and then annoyed me. But I'm actually quite kind, so I would have had some patience and been like, that's okay, we can still build what you want to build. And then you would have just ruined it, and then I would have lost my patience and I would have been the one in trouble.
Would you have hit me?
Nope.
What would you have done to get in trouble?
Screamed at you.
Well, anecdotal evidence proves that I would just sit in my pram and I would wave at people and smile.
I used to run up slides and jump off the stairs.
And who do we think is the problem here?
You, because you weren't adventurous.
Bruh, I was deaf.
Excuse for everything.
Just because I had a slightly more difficult childhood in terms of my mental capability.
Yeah. Be fucking careful, would you? Be careful. I saw that twitch in your eye and regretted what you said instantly.
In terms of my mental capability does not mean that I was a nasty child.
I'm not saying you were nasty. I'm saying you weren't adventurous. When did I ever say you were going to be nasty?
You said that I would tip a lot of your Eiffel Tower.
I never said it was on purpose.
But you said that it would be my fault.
Yeah, I didn't say you were nasty there, did I?
You implied it, and that's what I felt.
No, I didn't imply it at all.
That was my feelings, and that's how I felt.
You look like the child catcher from Chee Chee Bang Bang when you pull that face.
One of my favourite things, I hate being sick, but I like my sick voice. Very sultry.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't think about my sick, sultry voice.
Do you not?
No.
Did you not watch Friends when you were younger?
No, not until I was a lot older.
Oh. In Friends, Phoebe wants to get sick because her voice sounds better when she's poorly.
Isn't that like a condition, though? Forcing yourself to be ill.
No.
Say sultry.
Hello. Had nothing to do with being ill. No, she wants to get sick because her voice sounds better when she sings when she's poorly. So she prefers it.
Just like scream into the pillow as opposed to getting ill.
No, because even if I was like shouting and screaming, I wouldn't sound like this because it's the blocked nose. We should put like clogs up her nose or something. Clogs? Blocks.
I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Yes, I declare. Going clip clippity clop on the stairs. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Yes, I declare. Going clip clippity clop on the stairs.
Where's that from?
I don't know. Someone sang it to me once and I really enjoyed it, so I remembered it.
That's really sweet.
Thanks.
Isn't it strange that nursery rhymes are based on like teaching children not to die?
I thought it was just based off like horror.
They've all got life lessons in them.
Ring a ring of roses, a pocket full of posies.
I diss you.
What's that, like ringworm?
No, that's about the Black Plague.
Oh. Did you know Blackheath in London is called Blackheath because there's loads of people who died from the Black Plague buried underneath the heath.
Oh, it's like that tube station that has to like go round the plague pit.
Plague pit?
Yeah.
Where's that? Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you very much. The plague pits where they like didn't have enough space to bury people in graves, so they just used to like dig a pit and just put everybody in it. Yeah.
I like crying.
No, it's because I'm sneezing.
I never have a laugh and a joke, but as long as I've not taken it too far.
No, I'm fine. It's just because I was sneezing. This is what I was saying before we went into the restaurant. Like, I'm fine with the
Restaurant?
It went into the takeaway place that we just went to.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't remember going to a restaurant.
We went to have a fine dinner.
What did I have to eat?
A steak. No, I was saying that, like, I'm fine with the sniffly nose. I'll get over it. But as soon as I start sneezing, I start crying. It's very strange. But they dug a pit and then like put all of the bodies in it, and they're like all like clumped together now with the dirks like compressed onto it. So a tube station has to go around it because they can't touch it because they could release the plague.
I definitely have some questions about that, but
Please.
well, touch it.
Well, they can't open it. They can't like go near it. So there's literally a tube station that goes around the plague pit.
I think the plague pit is an incredibly humorous term for it.
That's what it's called.
Surely it must have a more scientific name than the plague pit.
The plague pit.
Oh, it's like
A pit of plague
I
victims.
know, but surely they would have given it like, for example, Blackheath. Like,
No, they died all over London. There's loads of them. Dotted all over London.
did you say died?
No.
I thought you said died in a really, really thick Brummie accent. Died all over London.
They died all over London. No, they're dotted all over London. Like, they're literally everywhere. And they're really deep as well.
So there isn't one of, it's not the plague pit.
Oh, no, there's many of them.
Okay, I think that's where I was getting a little bit.
They're all travelling from South London to put the dead.
Yeah, because that's what was confusing me, because there's like one station and I was like, surely they can't just be like one plague pit.
No. There's loads of them, but they if they because they have opened them before. If they ever do that, they have to like test all the bones and stuff because the bubonic plague could be rife inside.
Kind of on the topic of land, I saw something that's really incredibly sweet. Have you seen what elephant paths are?
No. No, I haven't.
You can continue and we can come back to it.
I keep seeing these things called desire paths, and I'm obsessed with it.
I think it's the same thing.
See?
It's when they haven't, like, when you have paths and people just walk where they want to go anyway.
Yeah.
That's what they're the same thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about paths that elephants make.
Well, I think that's kind of where it got the name from, this article that I was reading. But I just think it's so sweet that there are like colleges and they wait for people to walk where they want and then they pave it over. And then that got me to thinking, right? Isn't it so interesting that when we're younger, if someone tells a child like draw the earth or like draw the beach, like if someone said to a child draw the beach, it would be like blue sky, yellow sand. And then, you know, when you see like artist progression videos, and it just gets like more and more detailed. And then there's always a point where it just gets really fucked up. That makes me really sad because you can clearly see where the world has gone from being sky and land to kind of detailed in character to I don't want to be here. I just think it's kind of crazy.
Tortured artist.
It sounds like a rapper's name.
That would be like a sick album name.
Tortured artist.
Tortured artist. Was it that new Taylor Swift album is called The Dead Poets Club?
I thought it was like Confessions of a Dead Poet or some shit.
Oh, maybe it's that.
I don't know. I remember it being rather lengthy.
It's something about a dead poet. I think musical expression is very interesting. But circling back, I'm a little bit obsessed with those desire paths because they make me really happy that humans will just do what they want.
I just think on the face of it, life's just so sweet.
Yeah. Humans, honestly, human will out.
I agree. But apart from humans being sweet, I fell into a huge spirally hole on TikTok of American bully versus like UK gang member. And I was crying. It was so funny.
It's like this, where it's like American Bully and then like year 7.
Yeah. And when you think about it, it's just kind of sweet. Like everyone having their little arguments. Like obviously there's a line, but
It's a very hard line.
I think having a nice preconception of someone is nice, though. You would rather assume that someone's a nice person than a nasty person.
That's true.
But then you would rather be proved wrong by a preconception that you had that someone is mean. You'd rather be proved wrong that they were actually nice.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking someone's nice and they're actually a huge knobhead.
Knobhead's such a great... It just flows off the tongue, doesn't it?
Knobjockey!
Knobhead.
I think the Karens, the Kyles, and the Knobjockeys are 3 really good kind of like categories to put people together in.
It's like Kevin.
Kevin?
Kevin's like the husband of Karen.
We don't need a male version.
Who's
Kyles are like the little monster drinking people.
Oh yeah.
If there was ever a war, right, you get the Kyles, the Karens, and the Knobjockeys. You'd round them up, you'd ship them off, send a couple of Tasmanian devils in there too. I think we would win.
I agree, actually. I think the Karens would go to like the other people's general and be like, yo, what the fuck? This is not warfare.
They'd be like, excuse me, if we're gonna be fighting with trenches, I gotta at least have like a couple of cup holders for my Stanleys. I want to talk to your general now.
This is not proper warfare.
How is my Kyle supposed to put his monster down when he's shooting up the bullets, not the heroin? How is he supposed to do that? I need to speak to your lieutenant right now.
I think they would get places. It would work.
Everyone would have to have the Karen haircut.
Yeah.
And a little tattoo here of like a snake.
Ooh.
And a snake with a Karen haircut holding a monster. And then who are the Knobjockeys? Like the politicians. They just get like put out the front as bait.
Yeah.
Or they just dig the tunnels.
Yeah, they can get trench foot.
As a gift. They're like injected with trench foot.
Oh. I do think that someone should develop softer tissues. Maybe I should just invest in a handkerchief.
How many Watsits do you think you could stack on top of each other vertically?
8.
That's ambitious. I'd say probably 2 if I tried really, really hard.
What's it?
Yeah, they're curved.
Yeah, but you could curve them on top of each other.
Vertically.
Yeah, so if you put one way, why did I choose that finger? You put one way and then the other way, and then like that, like a.
Vertically.
Oh, I thought you meant vertically as in like up.
No, like placing them vertically. So I didn't explain that very well.
1.
Let's go home.
Fine, I am fine.
You don't look fine. Well, on that note, May's gonna blow her nose. Bye, love you.
Bye.